She called me a thief. Right there between soft music and clinking glasses, her words sliced through the room. My mother-in-law stood in the center of the celebration, clutching her empty wrist where her gold watch once was, and shouted that I had stolen $20,000 worth of jewelry. Conversation stopped. Guests stared. Daniel, my husband, her son, turned toward me. His expression wasn't confusion. It was accusation. I didn't take anything, I whispered, but he didn't care. His hand struck my face before I could say another word. Pain burst like fireworks. I fell to the cold marble floor, tasting iron and shock. The humiliation burned deeper than the bruise. It wasn't the pain that changed me. It was the moment I realized I was done being afraid. When I married Daniel, his mother placed a gold bracelet on my wrist and said, "Welcome to the family." I believed her warmth, believed her smiles. But she never wanted a daughter-in-law. She wanted a servant, someone quiet, obedient, grateful. Every kind gesture from her was wrapped in control. Every compliment had sharp edges. I told myself love would soften her. I was wrong. Her cruelty only deepened, and Daniel slowly became her echo. He excused her insults about my cooking, my clothes, even my voice. Over time, I faded into the background of my own life, present only when blame was needed. The accusation wasn't spontaneous. It was crafted. A week before our anniversary party, I noticed their whispered conversations. They would stop talking the moment I walked into the room. I tried to ignore it. Then the watch disappeared. Later, I found out she had placed it purposely on the counter, right where hidden cameras could catch me walking by. But what she didn't expect was that I would eventually access the original backup footage, the one her technician forgot to erase. That night at the party, when the watch was declared stolen and I was named a criminal, everything clicked together. Pain makes things clearer. As I lay on the floor, surrounded by silence and judgment, I understood I didn't need to defend myself. I needed to end this. So I became silent. I let them believe they'd broken me. I played the role of the disgraced wife, the quiet disgrace in the corner of the house. Daniel's guilt faded, replaced by his usual arrogance. His mother walked around proudly, as if she taught me a lesson. They didn't know I had already begun gathering proof. I recovered the untouched security footage, showing her slipping the watch into her own purse that morning. Then came the bank records. Daniel had transferred $15,000 from our joint account to his mother just a day before the party, disguised as a gift. I printed everything. Quietly, I handed it to a friend who worked with the police. When the investigation began, I was nowhere near the house. I sat in a hotel room, while chaos grew inside their walls. They denied it all until the video surfaced. Her hand, her face, the watch, undeniable. Their perfect lie shattered. Daniel called me that night. His voice shook. "Why did you do this?" he asked. I answered, calm and steady, "Because you hurt the wrong person." 2 weeks later, I walked back into the house, not as a wife, but as someone who no longer belonged there. Daniel opened the door, eyes empty. His mother sat on the sofa, silent and ashamed. I placed the divorce papers on the table and said, "I'm returning what was never mine to begin with." He looked at me, broken. "You destroyed us." I met his eyes. "No, you did that when you chose to believe a lie instead of me." The court granted me half of everything, but what mattered more was what they lost: respect, reputation, their carefully built image. She was charged with making a false accusation, tampering with evidence. Investors withdrew from Daniel's company when the story reached the newspapers. Everything they valued crumbled. I don't celebrate anniversaries anymore, but every year I light one small candle, not for love, but for the night I chose myself. They say revenge doesn't heal, and maybe that's true, but justice, quiet, patient, deliberate justice, brings something even stronger. It gives you back your reflection. And when I look in the mirror now, I don't see the woman lying on that marble floor. I see the woman who stood back up,